There is a land hidden between Rome and Tuscany where everything is very reasonably priced, but history, tradition, people, really people, are fantastic.
Via, pronti? E questo è un inno al vino.
You can easily buy for what you can get, maybe a garage in Chicago, New York, or Los Angeles, a little piece of paradise with fireplace and with a garden. A lovely place where you grow older or you send your friends and family. Please check us out. Good evening, good evening. It's the last Tuesday of the month, and myself, Giulio Della Rocca, and my friend Roy Effner are here to talk about real estate in Tuscia. Roy, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, guys. I told you I'm pooped from harvesting olives, but other than that, I'm just fine.
Okay. Let's stop. We will be talking about Tuscania in a few seconds, but tell us more. It sounds like this is the main occupation of this area, right?
Harvesting olives?
Yes.
Oh, it's a great fall tradition here. What's interesting, I've been here since 2009, and we used to harvest them in November. And now you can actually start harvesting in late September because for instance, our trees this year, I harvested last week, and half of them were already ripe. You know, normally in this area, we harvest the olives when they're green. In the old days, they used to harvest them when they would ripen in December, January. But here we do them when they're green. But it was really amazing. It's the first time I've seen them, already, about half the olives were already ripe. And it's global warming.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But what about the olive oil? So you pick them up, and then what happened? Do you know?
Well, we have these little machines that you stick up in the tree, and the nice thing about ours is they're run by battery and electricity rather than a mechanical device. So it's nice and quiet. So you lay out the nets. We have these very large green nets, and then the olives fall under the nets, and then you pick up the olives. And at the end of the day, you take them to the mill, and they're immediately made into the next day. They're made into oil,
and it is delicious.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's really unbelievable. So.
Do you like bruschetta?
Of course. I like bruschetta. I like a nice piece of bread with some garlic and oil and a little salt on it. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, let's stop. Otherwise, I'm going to get hungry. Okay, so we are going to talk about Tuscania. That is a little city close to Viterbo. Viterbo is the center of Tuscia. Tuscia is north of Rome, south of Tuscany. So Tuscania is not far from the airport, maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes, and maybe 30 minutes from the closest hospital. So it's kind of nicely located, and it's a city, like 8,000 people, right? Okay, so I'm going to play a video, and please do comment what you see, of course, with American eyes, okay? So here we go. So, Roy, what do you see? What do you think about it?
Well, I've been there many times, and it's just a beautiful city, just beautiful and historical. It's one of the several ancient areas of the Etruscans. So it's just beautiful. It's fantastic, and anybody that I've taken there just loves it. Just loves it.
I agree with you. It's a very unique place, and people are very proud. Okay, so you know what? I have a video from a new friend of mine, and she was gracious enough to prep one for us. Actually, the interesting thing about Martina, my guest, our guest, is that she is working in a restaurant, and right now is dinner time, so she is serving dinner, so she cannot be with us. But she sent us this video. I'm happy to show to everybody, and then we'll comment afterwards. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Here we go.
Thank you so much for your invitation. I'm really happy to be here tonight to talk about the place that means a lot in Tuscany. My name is Martina Gentilini, and I moved back to Italy several years ago after living and working abroad between the United States and Canada. When I came back together with my husband Christian, we decided to open up our restaurant, Chiquis Resto Bistro, right here in Tuscania. And we choose this wonderful town because it's one of those rare places that still feels real and authentic, full of beauty, history, and a genuine sense of community. Life here has a different rhythm, slower, warmer, and more human. For people looking to invest here or start a new chapter of their life, I would say this: Tuscania is not only a place to visit, even a place to live your real Italian life. It offers the perfect balance between history, nature, art, and a quiet way of life. It's close to Rome. We have the sea very close, and also Bruzzena Lake. If you are looking for beauty, connection, and authenticity, Tuscany is the right place for you.
Okay, that was very, very nice of her, and we thank her. So I'm sure looking at us, or she will be looking at us very, very soon. So thank you very much, Martina. One thing I want your comment is young people, let's say around 30, 35, tend to go back to their roots. Did you know this?
Go back to their roots.
Meaning to Villa San Giovanni, to Tuscania, to Viterbo, and so
Well, in
forth.
Italy, people rarely leave. I've tried to get some people to leave here and go make it big in America, but they don't want to leave. They want to stay here. So.
I think it's very natural for them to be wanting to go when they're 16, 17, 20, 25, whatever. But as soon as you're ready to settle down, I think there are very few places as comfortable as Tuscia. It's centrally located, it's nice, nature is fantastic, food is great, air quality is very good. I think it's really a good place. What do you think?
Well, Tuscia is great, but as we've talked about before, there is with people like in our village, there is rarely do people leave. The young people stick around. They don't want to go to, I'm sure in some parts of Italy, and particularly in the south, where there's very few jobs and they need to leave to make money, but here, particularly in Tuscia, there's people love living here. They have their family and they have their village, and they don't have any reason to leave. If there's no reason to leave, it's quite different. In America, 20% of the population moves every year.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to Tuscania. What's your first memory of Tuscania?
Well, I went there probably, 10, 12 years ago and knew nothing about it. And I was quite impressed by it. And the woman that you were having on, she works in a restaurant. One of the nice things is several good restaurants there. I mean, really good, fantastic. But since then, I've taken anybody that comes here to visit it. So I've been there probably a dozen times, and it's just a beautiful town. However, what to me what's interesting about it is that it's a historical town. There were people living there in the Neolithic age, 5,000 years ago, 5,000 to 3,000 BC, and then it's one of the, I don't know how many Etruscan villages there are, but there's like 7 of them, and Tuscania is one of them. And the name is interesting because I love my dog, and Tuscania, the Cania has to do with a dog. There's a very famous story about I forget who it was, but he went there and there were like 12 dogs, and so Tuscania, the name Tuscania, has to do with a place for dogs. And
Yeah,
so
there are many legends about the name. This is one of them, right?
Yeah.
So you know what? One thing. It's kind of strange because in Tuscania, something around 10% of the people are actually foreigner. People really love Tuscania. They go there and live there.
Yeah, of course, for good reason. It's really beautiful. Driving there from where you are, where I am, it's a beautiful drive. It's kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's not that far away, but it just sits by itself, and it's just beautiful. It's just fantastic. And
so it is, let's say, maybe 15 miles from the sea, definitely less than 10 miles from the lake, another 10, 12 miles from Viterbo, the main city in the area. I think is highly centrally located, and the agriculture is really profitable because the lands around is very flat, and olive oil. But not only, recently they are growing a lot of lavender, and they have this festival in June. It's fantastic. A bunch of people go every year from all over Italy. It's really fun.
Lavender, there's several places around here that grow lavender. It's very beautiful to go see them. I mean, these fields, these purple fields, it's really beautiful. One thing I found out in looking up Tuscania is that it used to be called Toscanella. I don't know why, but
maybe because it was south of Tuscany. I don't know.
And when the Etruscans, you and I have talked about this many times, but the Etruscans were the first, really civilized people in Italy, and they actually kind of founded Rome. The first 6 or 7 emperors of Rome were Etruscans. But then the Romans became big time, and they went around defeating the Etruscans. But Tuscania didn't fight off the Romans. They didn't fight them, and they just got absorbed into Roman society. So they have a quite different history than some of the Etruscan places that fought off the Romans.
Well, I am sort of proud to tell you that in the old days, Tuscanella was definitely bigger than Viterbo, but around the end of the 12th century, we took the bishop residence, and that was it. Yeah. As soon as the Pope, the church, whatever, they took an interest in Viterbo, that was it. Yeah, Tuscania became something else. So I'm proud of it. Okay, so let's get down to business. What do you think? How much a 1,000 square meter apartment could cost?
Well, I looked up a real estate site on real estate in Tuscania. First of all, right now there's about 150 properties for sale in Tuscania, and they go anywhere for a good place. I'm not talking about some relic that
yeah, of course.
They go from 45,000 to 500,000 euros. But the So there's several in that 40, 50, 60,000 range, and they're all very nice places. I mean, really terrific places. So the real estate there, the housing is really first class, and so when you say, well, 500,000, a lot of money, yeah, in Santa Monica,
You get a castle.
where you
You get a
live,
castle.
$2 million, you know. So
Yeah, that's right.
it's but all of the stuff that I saw was, you know, you can move right in. You don't have to worry about fixing it up. It's all first class.
So, Roy, say you are looking for an accommodation. Would you like to buy or rent a place in the historical center or outside?
Well, for living here, I like to live outside because I like
Why?
that. Well, because I like to have a yard, and outside meaning not too far away, but like here in the village that I live in, the Villa San Giovanni in Tuscia. I live 500 meters from the center of town, but I have a yard, and we have an olive field another 500 meters away, and I have a dog, and I have cats, and you know, so I need space. Uh, but if I was just coming here looking for a place where I could spend a few weeks a year, and then you know maybe rent it out on Airbnb the rest of the time, then I'd live in the center for sure. Particularly in a place like Tuscania. You know, Tuscania is much bigger than our village.
Oh, yeah.
But like in our village, the old part of the village, you know, the places they're kind of dark. You know?
Yeah.
And so again, if I was visiting, I tried it when my son was looking around in Bolsena. He found a place, you know, right in the heart of the village because that was fine. That's what they wanted. So it depends. If you're looking to live full time, you know, I'd rather live outside of the ancient the center. But if I was just visiting, I would certainly want to live in the center. You know.
Yeah, I think you got it right. I mean, it's fun to have a fireplace, a garden, a place where you can hang in the right season and so forth. At the same time, if you just come for a few weeks or maybe months, you know, listening to people talking by the street and stuff can be fun, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, you know, like in Tuscania, you know, the center of the village is fantastic. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It's really great. There's so much to do and see. So, you know, I would be happy to live there. But that's true of all of the, you know, there's 60 communities in the Viterbo province, and again, it's the same everywhere. The center is very interesting. It's historic. It's, you know, it's cool. But for someone like me who lives here full time, I like a little space, you know.
Agreed. I have no question whatsoever. So one thing that I want to notice is that Tuscania is really a place that live out of agriculture. So, like you always say, you know, the produce market is just fantastic. So literally, we Italian call it 0 kilometer, right? You can probably live out of what the land around Tuscania produces all year round. There is everything you can possibly want. That's great.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the olive oil is spectacular, right? Okay, Roy, I think we should keep it short because one or maybe more of the people that live there and they are from United States tonight couldn't make it, but they told me that they want to be part of one of our shows sometimes in the future. And actually, there is a couple from America that wants to come and live in Tuscania, sorry, because when they go and visit this other friend of mine, they always ecstatic, like they go, wow. So if you don't mind, maybe we revisit Tuscany in a couple of months, 2-3 months, and we hear from them what they like and what they want and what they're looking for. So as for now, let me repeat what I said at the beginning. It's like maybe 50 miles from the ocean, from the sea, less than 10 miles from the lake, 10, 12 miles from Viterbo, maybe 20 miles from the nearest hospital. It's really nicely located, beautiful landscape, and very, very historical. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
And as
I
Roy
agree totally. It's a fantastic town,
and,
and
and as Roy told us, there are many spots for sale around 40, 50, 60, 70,000 euros. So very
yeah,
reasonable.
and it's a very, as we talked before, it's for that kind of money, you got to, as you said, you can get a parking lot and parking spot in New York or Chicago. And if you have a place in Lake Tuscania, and you're only here for a couple of weeks or a year, you can easily rent them out on Airbnb. You make a deal with a local real estate person to take care of getting the guests into the house and the breakfast, but you can make money.
Oh, yeah.
Doing that. I mean, and I don't know what Airbnb is in Tuscania, but probably 60 to 80 euros a night, at least. And so you pay your local real estate guy a part of that, and you can make money. And one of the things that I liked about housing in Italy, you don't have any property taxes.
That's right.
The cost of owning that home in Tuscania is pretty much nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a good investment if you're just looking to you want a place that you can come and visit a couple of times a year, and the rest of the year you can rent it out, and you're not going to lose any money, that's for sure.
And from Tuscania to the airport is just maybe 1 hour and 15 of beautiful beautiful street. Okay, Roy, I think we are gonna do something special tonight. We're gonna say goodbye with a video from I think it's a school. I think it's one of these live abroad school, and they create this video mostly with the kids, with the students, uh, telling everybody why studying in Tuscania and why living in Tuscania and so forth. So I want to thank you as always for your help and your willingness to follow me in these crazy ideas that I have. And I want to invite everybody to watch this little video that is presenting Tuscania from the point of view of young American living abroad. So, Roy, thank you very much. I'm going to show the video, and I will see you at the end of next month. Okay?
All right.
Thank you very much, Roy. Have a good evening. Bye bye, Roy.
Bye. Let's see this video.
We chose the beautiful town and community of Tuscania for our flagship program, St. Anselm in Tuscania, for one fundamental reason. It is very much like the hilltop. This is a community that is vibrant and genuine and is very much part of our value set as Anselmians of community, hospitality, and stewardship.
I chose Tuscania for my study abroad program because it is such a small town. I really love being able to get to know the local people and being able to try my hand at speaking Italian. I would like to say ciao a tutti, which means hello everyone.
So a big part of American food is taking other cultures' foods and kind of making it our own. So the most popular Italian-American restaurant in the United States is called Olive Garden. There's 866 locations.
My name is Sean, and the reason that I chose to study abroad in Tuscania is because I wanted more of a small town cultural immersion rather than being in a big city. And I wanted somewhere that I could feel comfortable and safe in and really get to know the town and the people that live there and feel that I was more involved in the community.
I am a professor of art history at St. Anselm College, and here in Tuscania, I wear a couple of different hats. I'm teaching in my specialty, Italian Renaissance art, and we cover art and architecture from the 14th century all the way through the 16th century. The other class I'm teaching is called Passaggi, which means passages in Italian, and it is literally passages because we're making travel trips and excursions every week to different sites as part of our course, and we're learning about the history of Italian art and culture. But it's also a great course for the students to make their own sort of passage, if you will. They're learning about who they are and finding their own place in the world.
Tuscania è una piccola città, ma basta una settimana per sentirsi a casa. I'm saying that although Tuscania is a very small city, after a week you feel like home.
Regista, com'è andata oggi?
Bene, benissimo, come sempre. Ci vediamo alla prossima, Giulio.
Dalla Tuscia